Hello everybody and welcome to the channel Crossing the Spiritual Streams. My name is Tandra and today we're going to do a Tarot Pick-a-Pile card reading, and it's going to be on what your ancestors have to tell you or what they have to say to you. Our ancestors can play an important part in our lives. We have a lot of genetic memory from them. Karma comes down through the family sometimes. Some of the things that we deal with are because there are things that our families have dealt with in the past. A lot of our talents come from our ancestors and things like that. So I thought it might be really nice to see what our ancestors might have to say to us at the moment, or what they would like to say to us. This could be on any subject they find important, anything that they think that they would just like us to know, or whatever. So that's what the reading is going to be about. We will be looking at our charms and our oracle spheres as well, so you can be thinking of a yes or no type of question that you can get an answer to, because we will be doing those in every reading. If you're unfamiliar with pick-a-pile readings, basically all it is you have three different piles here to choose from to get your specific messages. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And to also go along with each pile, I thought it was kind of nice. I was thinking of the past and the ancestors, and so I thought dinosaurs were kind of cute, and so we had some different dinosaurs we put with each pile. We have the Brachiosaurus, the red one here. We have the Triceratops, the blue one, and we have the Velociraptor, the orange one here. So you can kind of go with your gut instinct, and whichever pile is drawing you in the most, you can go ahead and watch. It is possible to be drawn into more than one pile, especially for a reading like this, in which there could be quite a different group of messages, but some of them might be for more than one person. You might have messages in pile 1 and pile 3, let's say, or something. So if you are drawn to more than one pile, or if you're having trouble deciding between piles because they all look attractive or whatever, go ahead and watch the other piles as well. There might be messages there for you in those others that you're drawn to. Remember, this is a general reading, so not all messages will apply for everybody, and there will be some people who will click on the reading that the messages weren't for them at all. They won't resonate with them at all. That does happen occasionally, and if that's the case, that's okay. It just means this particular reading wasn't for you, and there could be other readings out there, either on my channel or other people's, that will have messages for you. So that does happen every once in a while. I watch a lot of pick-a-pile readings myself, and every once in a while I'll run across one, even if it's from a reader I like a lot, and whatever, and they just don't resonate with me. I watch it and I'm like, oh, this message can't be for me. Or I have trouble picking between the piles, and one of the reasons is because none of them really resonate with me, and then I'm just like, okay, I'll just watch this one, and it doesn't resonate. So every once in a while that happens. So I just kind of wanted to let you guys know that could happen as well. But for the most part, if you felt compelled to click on this reading, there should be messages here for you, and we are going to give you an opportunity to reflect on the piles so you can decide which piles to go to and watch. And there will be timestamps in the description, so you can go directly to your piles when you're ready to do so. Right before we do that, I would just like to say thank you for all of you who have subscribed to the channel. We've gained quite a few subscribers recently, so thank you all, and welcome for all of you. For all of you that have been here with us for quite a while, thank you for coming back and taking a look at us. Please remember to like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave us comments, and share the channel with your friends and family. If you could put a link to the channel on your social media accounts, that's the easiest, best way for people to check us out and find us, and they can see if we have some value for them as well. So I really appreciate it when you guys do that for us. Okay, so we're going to give you your time to reflect on the piles, and then we'll see you directly at your reading. Hello, pile 1. Those of you that chose the red Brachiosaurus here, we're going to kind of put him off to the side. These are messages or things that your ancestors would like to tell you. So that's what this reading is all about. And so we're going to get an idea here of what they would like to say to you. We do have our charms that we're going to be looking at here in a little bit, as well as our oracle spheres. So don't forget to be thinking of your yes or no question that you'd like to get an answer to. So let's go ahead and get our messages. Oh, excuse me just a second. I got to take my glasses off. We have the Three of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Death card, the Ace of Wands. Oh, I love those two being right by each other. The Ace of Pentacles, the World card. Oh my goodness gracious. The Queen of Wands. Wow. And the Shadow side. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Okay. One of the things I think your ancestors are wanting to tell you more than anything is you guys have a lot of power. A lot of intelligence that's come down through the generations, actually. I get the feeling you guys come from a very smart, very intelligent line of people. Very spiritual line as well. With the King and Queen of Wands here, you know, that's a very spiritual type of energy. And so I feel like you come from a long line of very spiritual-oriented people that, you know, maybe even dealt a little bit with the magic arts, or at least some of those types of things, dealing with that kind of stuff. So that's very possible. But if nothing else, I do feel like you come from a very intelligent group of people, very energetic. I feel like you guys are go-getters. You guys get out and you move a lot, you do a lot. You're not just kind of the sit-at-home veggie type of people. I think you come from a long line of people that work very hard. You get out, you move a lot, you might be very active. Maybe you like to do sports or other things like that. I get the feeling you guys have a competitive spirit in you, or at least you come from a line of people that are kind of competitive in nature. I feel like they like to come out on top, and they would like for you to come out on top. I keep hearing the word proud. They're very proud of you. I feel like they feel like it's interesting here how you had the kind of reddish dinosaur as well. Because, you know, that's that fiery nature. I really feel like you guys have a fiery nature. Now I almost get an idea that maybe there was a lot of redheads in your family. You might have even come from, you know, Celtic cultures and you know, Scotch, Irish, and, you know, places like that. Because that's the kind of feeling I'm getting. I'm getting a very fired up types of personality, moving around very quickly, having lots of ideas, being kind of impulsive, going from one thing to another, having lots of creativity and charisma. That's the feeling I'm getting, and I feel like that's something you got from your ancestors. I feel like you guys have these personality traits as well. I do kind of get this sense, though. We do have one card that kind of shows a little bit of energy here. It's the shadow side energy here. And I feel like you guys might be feeling, you know, because this is the devil card, okay, in a lot of decks. And in this case, I always see it, whenever the shadow side comes up here, I always see it as being fearful of, I'm trying to think, not temptation so much, but fearful of, I want to put this correctly. I get the notion that you guys are afraid to put yourselves out there, okay? That you might have a lot of this fiery passion. It might be kind of below the surface. It might be one of these things that you you feel like if you let yourself go, that it would not be well perceived, or that you're afraid of being judged, or you're afraid of going down the wrong path. I kind of feel that for some of you guys, that is something you're very worried about. Like I said, I do feel like your family was quite spiritual in nature, or at least in tune with spirit very well, and kind of had that natural feeling. And I feel like you're afraid of maybe tapping into some of that energy, because you're afraid of what will happen if you do, or what you might let in if you do, or things like that. I kind of get that feeling a little bit for some of you guys. For some others of you, I feel like it's more of just this feeling of you're just kind of afraid to put yourself out there, because you're afraid if you do, people won't like it, or people won't receive you well, or things won't go well. And I feel like a few of you guys are in that situation as well. And the message that it's kind of coming through greatly for that is that now's the time to kind of let go of that energy. Now's the time to let yourself really go for it. You notice how the King of Cups here, it's interesting how this particular one has him on some pretty rough looking seas here. I mean, it looks like he could topple over any second. But you notice how confident he is? He's sitting there. He's like, I've got this. You know, yeah, things are a little rough. Things are kind of swirling around me. I'm kind of off kilter a little bit, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm in charge of all this, and everything's good. So you kind of get that feeling from him. And then you've got the Queen of Wands, who I always love this particular one, because the Wands is such a fiery, passionate energy. It's a, very go-getter. But you notice how she's just sitting here very calm, very serene. She's very earthly in her nature, which is kind of funny, since, she's the fiery, type of energy. And she has fire going on around her and everything, but to me, she just seems very, she's got the flowers on her wand. She's got, the other flowers in her other hand. She's got a cat in her lap. It's very much this powerful, in tune, in control type of person. So even though she's, full of all of this passionate energy and determined energy, she's also very confident, and she believes in herself. She's knows that she's got the world in her hands, and that she can produce the things that she wants and do the things that she wants. And so what I see here is that your ancestors are like, okay, you've got this fiery nature, you've got this spirit, you've got this intelligence, you've got all of these other things going for you here. And you also have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands, to me, that's that fiery, passionate spirit again, okay? But it's the Ace, and the Ace is the new beginning, the new start, the new letting creative energies flow. It's all of that kind of energy. And then the Ace of Pentacles is that earthly energy, and that, being able to even, possibly make money, or get accolades or recognition, or, other types of things going on here with this. So what I see here is that your ancestors would like for you to take this nature that you have, this fiery nature, this passionate nature, this creative nature that you have, because you have a lot of creative ideas, a lot of creative energy flowing through you, and they would like for you to take that and run with it, and just go with it. Don't be afraid, don't be worried, don't be scared. You've got the World card in here, you've got the Wheel of Fortune card, you've got the King of Cups, the Queen of Wands. You've got all this strong energy backing you up and helping you, and they'll help guide you. They will help, if you feel like you're going to take a misstep, or that something, may not go right, they can help guide you in the right direction. They can help, move you along the way that you want to go. And like I said, they're very proud of you. I keep hearing that, over and over, of how proud they are, because they look down on you, and they look at the things that you've been able to do, and and who you are as a person. They see you as who you are as a person. Because I kind of see you guys as also kind of a sensitive souls and very compassionate type of people. Um, I get that energy, and they really are proud of that. They really like that about you. They really um, think that that's cool. They think that that's something that the family needs a lot of, and they really like that you're doing that, and that you have that kind of energy going with you. But they do worry a little bit about the timidness that you have, and they would like to see you kind of work your way past that if they can. But they see such huge potential in you, this huge amount of things that you can accomplish if you choose to do so and you work towards that. And they see that, and that just excites them so much. That just makes them, feel this energy. I found it interesting that the Wheel of Fortune card that came up was kind of the genetic atom here a little bit, which kind of reminds me of the DNA, that we have coming down from our ancestors a little bit. And so I think what that is trying to show you is that so much of your talents is such an ingrained part of who you are. It's deep within your genetic code, that you truly cannot fail by utilizing it. You truly cannot do wrong with it. I mean, okay, I'm trying to say this in the right way. Of course, anybody can do harm. Anybody can, do things, in a wrong way, even by accident. But that's not what I mean. What I mean is that you have so much talent ingrained in you that all you have to do is tap into it and utilize it. That if you choose to tap into that energy, and it's there for you. It's going to flow for you. It's going to nurture you and grow and help you become who you want to be, whoever that is, and however you want to pursue that energy. That's something that maybe you haven't known yet how you want to take your passions. Maybe you are a very passionate soul, but you're not exactly sure where you want to direct that. And maybe the charms might help us out with that a little bit, or even another reading might help you out with that a little bit, because what I'm getting from this reading more than anything else so far is that they want you to utilize that. They want you to take that passionate energy that you have and run with it and go with it. Now, what direction you go in, that's kind of up to you. But maybe we can get some advice here on that, or maybe we can come up with some other things that might help us flow with that a little bit. So we'll kind of ask that and see if that's something that they're willing to kind of help you with here a little bit. Maybe it's something that they would just like for you to make up your own mind about, or decide what you care about a lot. So maybe it doesn't matter to them so much what direction you take that energy in. They just want you to utilize it because it will help you become super successful and super recognized and just do something wonderful. And I think that they just want you to utilize that passion that you have, in whichever direction it flows in, because I think it flows different directions for each of you depending on what you care about the most. All right, let's go ahead and look at our charms. Let's see what other kind of messages we can get here. Okay. Oops. And one charm totally disappeared on me, so guess we won't need to worry about that one. Okay, we have the number 6, which I really like for this reading, because the 6 energy is kind of that stable, nurturing, motherly, giving type of energy. So I really like that, because I did feel like you guys had a very generous soul, very giving soul, and that kind of thing. So I like that showed up here for this. I do like that too. Okay, wow, we have lots of cards that showed up. Goodness. Okay, we do have the hope, which means it's okay to hope for things. It's okay to hope, make those wishes, hope that things will come true because, that can happen. Grace was kind of nice because it just shows that you do have grace that is looking down upon you. You do have um, that type of energy where they're looking out for you. They're helping you along here, and that's kind of the energy I'm getting from that. We have the find the joy in the journey. I always like this one because a lot of times we look forward to what's going to happen in the future. Where am I going? Where am I moving forward to? And we forget to enjoy the ride as we go along. We forget to enjoy everything that's happening to get us there. A lot of synchronicity happens, and a lot of fortunate events and other things happen to get us along our path in life. And when we can recognize those and go, oh, that's so cool, and oh, that's so much fun, and oh, that's so neat, um, and when we can enjoy those types of things as they come along, just kind of the everyday things that happen, and really are grateful for a lot of that kind of stuff, then it helps us enjoy our lives and what's happening here. And then when we get to whatever destinations that we're reaching, we can enjoy them that much more because we can appreciate how we got there. Okay, so that's just kind of a message there for you on that. We do have with the hope symbol here and with this Alice and the Star Bunny and stuff. And we also have the teddy bear. I get a lot of childlike energy here, which once again it goes along with that passionate energy that we were talking about of how passionate you guys are about things. You notice how children um, really get into the things that they're doing. They get very excited. They talk, really fast and really loud about it, and they jump up and down. And it could be things that we consider kind of small or whatever, or insignificant, but to them it means a lot, and they get very passionate about it. Well, and that's the energy that I feel like you guys have about a lot of things, or that you can tap into. Um, that's an energy that's just kind of innate in you. You guys have this childlike energy that you can tap into, and that's a wonderful thing to have. We also have the Aquarian symbol here as well, which is wonderful with that too, because they are the ones that come up with a lot of the new ideas for humanity. They're the ones that, utilize their intellect to come up with new things and new passionate things. And I find that interesting because you did have also the Ace of Swords over here. And it was really funny because when I was reading your cards and I was looking at your aces that you did have, I was wondering why the Ace of Swords didn't show up. Because the Ace of Swords, the swords energy is that air energy, it's that intellect I was telling you about, it's that knowledge, that power, that's that new ideas. And I kept thinking that you guys, like I said, came from a long line of intelligent people. And I was like, okay, why is Ace of Swords not one of the aces? It kind of surprised me, and then it showed up in the charms. So there you go. And once again, it's that new beginning. You guys have 3 aces in your reading, which to me would show now's the time to start new stuff. Now's the time to start new projects, new ideas, new things you're passionate about. Just new is the word that's coming to my mind here with this, because of all this energy that's coming through here. It's interesting too, how you have the 2 of hearts, which is the cups card. So that could be an energy of a partnership. And I did think partnership slightly earlier on. When we saw the 3 of cups, I was thinking of a group of people that come together and work together for a common goal. And I thought of partners in some way on that. So it might be very important for some of you guys. It's going to resonate with some of you guys specifically. That working with your group of people, whoever that might be, either your partner or several other people, might be something very, very beneficial to you in this. What's also coming to my mind here is I was thinking of Madame Curie and her husband and how they were each working on their separate pursuits and kind of going along, and they were doing okay. But when they got together and combined their energies, they came up with a lot more together and combined, and that's kind of the energy I'm thinking of here. So I'm thinking some of you guys might benefit from pooling your energies with one or two other people that's like-minded or in a group of yours or in your family even. Okay, so that's just kind of something to throw out there for you guys. We did have a couple of fives here. Fives denote change. Okay, we have the Five of Hearts and the Five of Swords. So this could be something, an emotional change, as well as so it's a change in direction of the way you think about things, I think. And we were talking about that shadow side earlier and how you worry about putting yourself out there and doing that. And I see you guys really starting to work on changing that attitude and really starting to do something better with that attitude and coming through. Fives also represent a learning energy and being able to learn so you can go on to the next stage, which is the sixes, which are much more stable energy. They're much more, we talked about the six right up here. The Six of Pentacles, for instance, is somebody who's done it well enough that now they can give out money to other people. That kind of energy. So that's kind of the energy I get from that. So the fives kind of, they're helping you work your way towards that energy. You also have the Eight of Clubs, which is the Wands energy again. So once again, an 8. Also, the 8 is that shooting ideas out into the universe very, very quickly. So I feel like you guys are going to start getting a lot of ideas very quickly. And they might be coming from your ancestors. They might help you. And I think the message that your ancestors are trying to get across to you here is that you have had a lot of ideas. You have had a lot of things shoot up. Now's the time to act on those. Now's the time to put those things into motion. Hence the Eight of Clubs. And then we also have the Ten of Hearts, which is great because the Ten of Hearts is kind of that ultimate emotional fulfillment. Along with the Sun card, it's kind of the two cards that I find really kind of denote this this bubbling happiness and excitement and contentment with life. And it's kind of that ultimate reaching what you would like to see and get out of life card. And so I kind of see that for you guys. So that's really cool. We had a couple of other energies here. We do have the Snake energy, which I kind of feel kind of goes along with your passions a little bit. I'm not sure why I thought of that with snakes, but I saw a snake charmer for some reason. That might mean something significant to some of you guys. And then we also have the Drama gloves here, which to me is just kind of more of that passionate energy that it's also kind of that youthful energy. When I think of people getting up on stage and performing, I think of them as having a lot of passion for their work. And because it takes a lot of fiery passion to put on a good performance. So that's kind of what I think of when I think of that. We also have LRO, which could mean something specifically to you guys. Could be initials. Could be beginnings of words for you guys. You could think of certain words when you think of that. I kind of let the letters go with you guys on however you guys interpret them for your own specific messages, unless I think of something specific to pop out there. So there we go with those. All right, let's take a look at our oracle spheres. How this works is you think of a yes or no type of question, a question that would get an answer like yes, no, maybe, possibly, not now, not likely, things like that. Those are the type of answers we're going to get. And you pick a stand. We have green, gold, bronze, and silver. And you pick your stand that you would like your answer to appear on, and then that would be the answer to your question. Some people have found other ways to utilize these. So if you find other creative ways to utilize these answers as well, then I say go for it. Awesome. All right, so let's go get our answers for each stand here. Number 1, green, is a yes. Number 2, gold is a not now. Number 3, oops, give me just a sec here to find this. Number 3, bronze is a not likely. And the number 4, gray, is a not sure. That just might mean that things have to play out before an answer can be given, because it might change the outcome, or that the question wasn't very clear, so it's hard to get an answer to it. So our answers are 1 yes, 2 not now, 3 not likely, 4 not sure. All right, so there's your Oracle Sphere answers for this week's reading. Guys, I hope you got something out of this reading that you can do something with. I really hope you liked it. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share the channel with your friends and family. Leave us comments in the comment section. I love the comments, and I do respond to all of them. I do like hearing about what's going on in your guys' lives. I like hearing about what resonated, what didn't, or how things are going with the reading, things like that. So I love getting all those. And also remember to please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And if you hit the bell icon, you can be notified of future videos when we put them out. We do put out videos every week. So it's really important to find out that ones have been uploaded, so you don't miss out on any when they do come out. All right, guys, we're gonna let you guys go for this reading, and we look forward to seeing you again in future readings. And may the stars guide your path. Bye bye. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose the blue Triceratops here, we're going to move him over to the side. Remember, these are things that your ancestors would like for you to know or would like to tell you. We will be looking at our charms a little bit later, as well as our oracle spheres, so you can be thinking of your yes or no type of question that you'd like to get an answer to. So let's go find out what our messages are. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the 9 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, the Empress card, the Knight of Swords. Wow, Knight of Swords twice. Interesting. The 8 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, and the King of Cups. Wow. Okay. I'm getting 2 different energies here. And they might go together, they might not. I'm not sure. Sometimes when this happens, it takes me a minute to kind of sort through everything that's coming through here. But I'm getting 2 different things. Well, 3 almost. But one of the things I'm getting is hard work. Actually, I got 3 key phrases that come through, and then we can try to do something with them here. I got hard work, I got decision, and I got spirituality, or like empathic type abilities. The word empathic keeps coming to mind. Okay. So let's see if I can kind of sort through this a little bit and see if I can make some sense of what the messages are. Okay, kind of help me out here, ancestors. Don't confuse the issue. First of all, I feel like for several of you that have come to watch this reading, maybe not all of you, but for a good portion of you, I think that you have a decision that you're needing to make. Okay, that was one of the things that came through first of all, is that you're needing to decide which way to go. And I do feel like this is probably work related. So maybe you're being offered a job, or maybe you've lost your job and you're trying to decide where to go next, or I don't know. There's different energies here involved with that. But what I'm getting from it is that you're needing to make a decision on something in your life, and most of you, it's dealing with your career or your job or how you make money. For a few of you, it might be another type of major decision, but I really feel like for most of you, it has to do with that, okay? So that's the first thing I'm getting. And what your ancestors want you to know about that, or what they would like to tell you about that, is follow your intuition and follow your gut instinct, because you guys have a lot of spiritual energy with the Empress here, and even with this Four of Wands, which was kind of weird. But the Nine of Pentacles and the Empress, but I felt it with the Four of Wands card too when it came through. So all three of those cards are denoting that you guys have a lot of spiritual energy. You guys need to rely on your intuition more than you do. You guys have a lot of innate intuition. It's very strong. You guys get strong feelings about things, and you haven't learned to trust your intuition. Okay, and hence that's the Two of Pentacles, showing that she's blindfolded here. She's not knowing which way to go because she's not sure how to follow her heart. She hasn't learned the art of listening to her intuition yet. Okay, I feel like you guys don't trust it. That you guys sometimes maybe, I think your ego tends to override your intuition. I think something will come up and then you'll analyze it for a second, and then your brain will tell you something, and so then you'll go with that, thinking that's your intuition, but it's really your ego. And so then it may not play out, and so then you don't trust your intuition because you think you're utilizing your intuition, but you're not. I'm trying to think of the best advice here of how they're trying to tell you how to do this. I think you need to settle and be at peace, because I feel like you guys, it's some of the same energy as pile one, in that I feel like you guys are you guys have a hard time settling down. You guys aren't at peace very often. You're not at rest very often, especially your mind. I feel like your mind goes a mile a minute, like constantly, and that's why you have trouble following your intuition, because your mind is so quick and so fast that it tends to override that. You don't tap into your emotional side as much as you need to. You listen to your brain more, because your brain is so powerful and it is so fast and it is so quick, and it's whatever. But it's not always right, because our brains don't tap into the universe the way our souls do. And those types of messages are sometimes more subtle, and they're a little harder to follow. They're a little harder to go with, because our brains oftentimes will overwhelm us or override that, or our egos will go, hey, I really rather do this because this would be better for my reputation, or this would be better for my family, or this would be blah, blah, blah. Whatever reason our brains do whatever they do. And so because of that, I feel like you guys don't know how to trust your intuition. You don't know how to follow it. You don't know how to utilize it. But I feel like in this situation, to help you with your decision that you're needing to make, you really need to follow your intuition. You really need to utilize it. So, my advice, based on the fact that you guys watch YouTube videos and you get some advice that way, and you go that way, there are some videos out there on how to increase your intuition, how to start learning to listen to it, that kind of energy. I would recommend finding that and maybe trying to start practice some of those things. I also recommend kind of letting yourself trying to be at rest, at least a little bit, where your mind really literally is thinking of nothing, which is very, very hard to do and takes a lot of practice. But even if you can do it for very short seconds, minutes, I think it will help you with your intuition and being able to follow that. Because then a thought will pop into your brain out of nowhere, but it won't be because your brain is doing it, it'll be because your intuition is helping you. Or a gut instinct or feeling will pop into your head, or you'll start seeing signs from the universe and you'll know that they're important, and then you'll be able to follow them. That kind of thing. Okay? So that's the advice we got going from that point of view, from that direction. And so I think that's where the work and some other things had to do here. Now, the other thing um, that we had earlier on, too, that I was talking about is a lot of motion, a lot of speed, a lot of quickness, moving very quickly. You had two Knights of Swords here. Um, and you notice how on both of them, their horses are running. They've got their swords out. They are on the move. They are going, and that's very much that Knight of Swords energy. They are very direct. They're impatient. They're daring. They're ambitious. They're ready and raring to go, and they're on it. They're on the path. They're not sitting down just resting, just sitting. And I feel like you guys kind of have that passionate energy. You guys are go-getters. You guys are willing to go out and charge and do what you need, do what you want. That's why tapping into your intuition is so difficult for you. You are hard workers. I see that with the Eight of Pentacles here. Even the Eight of Wands. The eights to me denote, well, first of all, they're quick movement for the wands, but also eights are a kind of a work energy for me. And so it shows you guys are very hard workers, and I think you guys are hard workers. But I think that also makes the decision a lot harder for you because, you guys are so used to being at work a lot and doing a lot at work. The Four of Wands energy here is interesting. I love this particular card. I'm looking at the imagery on this particular card. A lot of the images I get, or a lot of what I want to say in a specific reading, will be on a specific card and a specific artwork that comes through. That's why I have so many decks and use so many, because the artwork really helps me a lot. And what I'm getting from this one, you notice how it's almost like a portal here. And like this person's like, okay, like, come on, come through the portal. I'm going to help you out here. I'm going to train you. I'm going to teach you some things. I'm going to be doing some stuff here. Fours are stable energy. They're very much, the groundwork, the learning, the trying to think of the word I'm trying to think of. But being the wands, once again, it's a passionate energy. It's that it goes along with your Knight of Swords here as being something you're passionate about, something you will be passionate about. And so I guess that's where the reading is going. I think since a lot of you guys have a decision to make, a lot of you guys have a decision to make specifically on work, and you need to use your intuition to help you here. I think what the message that's trying to come through is follow your heart, follow what you're passionate about, follow what you really care about. Because I get the feeling like the decision might be one that either you kind of want to do one thing, but you don't want to because it's a little more risky, or it's you have reasons to talk out against it, okay? And or maybe there's a way to go that sounds pretty good, but you're just not really sure about it, and you're not sure if your heart's telling you to go that way, but it's maybe it's got good money, maybe it's a good promotion, maybe it's whatever. There's lots of different scenarios here that I'm getting. But what I'm getting here is that the decision's hard for you to make because you need to follow your heart and your head's getting in the way. Okay? So you need to follow your intuition. Your head's getting in the way. You're not listening to your intuition, and so the decision's very hard to make. And that it's possible that if you don't listen to your intuition, you're not going to be as happy about your decision as if you do follow your intuition, for one. For two is you guys have the opportunity here to follow something that is your passion. It is your desire. It's something you can be passionate about. It's something you can truly care about. It's something you can spend a lot of time doing and love doing, and the time will pass and you won't even realize it because you're enjoying it so much, or you're loving what you're doing so much, or you care about it, or it means something to you, kind of attitude. Okay? So that's the energy and the feeling I'm getting from all this, and that's how it kind of all coalesces together. How the things that were coming through, how they all kind of mean something together here is, the message is follow your heart, follow your intuition, learn how to follow your heart and follow your intuition, and that will help guide you towards what you're passionate about, what you really care about, and will make you truly happy in the long run. It will make you, maybe you won't make quite as much money at it. That's possible. But you will be super happy doing it, so the money part won't matter as much. You'll have what you need. Universe isn't going to let you not have what you need, especially if you're following your passion, especially if you're following your heart. Um, you're not going to be homeless in doing it. Okay, that's not going to happen. The universe is going to take care of you, especially if you're following your heart's desire. Okay, so that's the important message coming through here for you guys, is to do that. Okay, let's go ahead and go on to our charms. Maybe there's some other messages or some things to help reinforce this a little bit, or help bring it all together for us. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll get on to our oracle spheres too. She believed she could, so she did. Yay, I love that energy. It's so great. We have the home sweet home energy. So maybe some of you guys are thinking about working from home, or doing something at home, or doing something that requires you to be at home to work on. And so that's, something as part of your decision here as well. So that's interesting to me. I kind of like that. We do have the Ace of Spades. So I do see this as, it could be a new start, a new beginning, and planting of a new idea, something new and great and beautiful. We have dream here, and miracle, and beautiful. So I feel like with this decision that you're making here, maybe one of it is kind of a dreamlike thing or something, whatever. So maybe you don't think like it could really work out because it is sort of the dream miracle type of offer or something. So you think that it's bad in some inherent way because, obviously it couldn't work or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what energy we have going on there. I'm going to let you guys work with that a little bit on your own as well. But I just want you to get the energy here of this can be a very beautiful, miraculous decision that you're going to make. We do also have the King and Jack of Hearts. We had the King of Hearts earlier as well. And once again, I see this as being something that can be extremely emotionally fulfilling for you. Okay? With these two cards. So I do think that it can be a very emotionally fulfilling energy, and I feel like it's something that if you follow that it's, it's something that you can have. We do have the letter T here. That can mean an initial, it can be a beginning of a word, it can mean anything for you. For some reason I thought of the Model T, which made me think of Henry Ford and the innovations that he did and all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure why it went there, but sometimes things go places and it's an important message. So I'm going to throw it out there and you guys can do with it what you will. We do have the lone wolf energy, and we have the racehorse. So kind of what I'm seeing here is this racehorse reminds me of the horses in the night cards, in that, they have a lot of that powerful go-getter, move quickly kind of energy, and I kind of see that. And then the lone wolf here, what I see with that is that you guys are not alone. Your pack is with you. They're supporting you. They're helping you. You might feel alone at times, or this, might feel kind of like a lonely decision. But they're letting you know that they're here with you and whatever. And we also have, flowers and other things to show kind of the beauty involved in this as well. Okay, let's go ahead and go on to our oracle spheres. And how this works, if you're not familiar with it, is basically you think of a yes or no type of question that you can get an answer to. The answers are things like yes, no, maybe, probable, not likely, things like that. Those are the type of answers that we get. So that's why it's important how you phrase your question. If you can limit it, that's good. It's easier to answer the more limited the question is, because it's a lot more focused type of energy. So rather than being super broad. Then what we like for you to do is, after you pick your stand, we have 4 stands. We have green, gold, silver, and bronze. So after you pick your stand, that's the answer. We're going to get our answers, and they're going to be on each stand, and then that will be the answers to your question. Other people have utilized these in other ways, so if you think of a creative way to utilize them as well, or if you've thought of a way to utilize them, then go for it. That's awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our answers here. Number 1, green, is not likely. Number 2, gold, is a no. Number 3, silver, is a not now. And a number 4, bronze, is a not likely. Okay, wow. Interesting answers. Whenever answers come up like this, I always really wonder what the questions were. So green was not likely. Gold was no. Silver is not now. And bronze is not likely. So we have all kind of no kind of answers. So whenever they all have the kind of the same similar energies like that, I always really wonder what the questions are. I get real curious. All right, guys. Well, that is the Oracle Sphere answers we have for this week. I really hope you guys had some messages that came through and is going to help you out here. Please remember to give the channel a thumbs, or the video at least, a thumbs up. Share the channel with your friends and family. Leave us comments in the comment section, and check out our other videos. I love the comments. I love seeing what's going on in you guys' lives. I do try to respond to all of them. I do read them, and so I do appreciate all of those, and I do appreciate all the sharing that you guys have done. I've been noticing a great uptick in subscribers, and I'm sure that's why, so thank you very much for that. All right, guys, we look forward to seeing you again in future videos. Don't forget, we do put out videos every week, so we'll see you again. Bye-bye. May the stars guide your path. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose the Velociraptor here, we're going to put him off to the side. This particular one didn't want to stand up like the others quite as well. There we go. All right, now remember, this is messages from your ancestors, or things they would like to tell you right now, or like for you to know. We will be looking at our charms. We will also be looking at our oracle spheres, so you can be thinking of a yes or no type of answer, or type of question that you get an answer to later on. So let's see what our messages are. The 8 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, interesting, the 8 of Swords, the Sun card, the 6 of Pentacles, wow, the Ace of Cups, the 5 of Swords, the Empress, and the 2 of Cups. Wow. All right. Well, the first thing that I got with this reading is family is very important to you. That may have been why you picked this reading to watch. I'm not sure. But family is very, very, very important to you. And your ancestors are letting you know that they love you very, very, very much. They're here with you. They see any kind of trials and tribulations that you have. they, are there with you. They're showering you with their love and so forth. So that's the first message, okay? And that's probably the most important one, actually, of the whole reading, is how much they love you and care about you and are helping you through any kind of difficulties that you might have. I do feel like some of you guys are, I get the word escaping. I'm not sure it's quite the right phrase, but this word came to my mind. You guys, and I guess it's because of these two cards, it's kind of showing that, but even this one kind of does that. The energies I'm getting from these three cards is that you guys are trying to get away from something. You guys are trying to get out of a situation. You're trying to get out of a predicament that you're in. You're trying to move forward in your life, something. Okay, that's the kind of energy I'm getting from those three cards, is you guys feel like you need to, words like escape, move on, get away from, move forward. Those are the kinds of words I'm hearing when it comes to that kind of energy. So I feel like you guys are at a point where you feel like you need to do that. Okay? And the Five of Swords is kind of even showing that as well. And the only message I'm getting from that, from your ancestors, goes along with the very, very first part of the message, is that they're there with you. They see you. They're supporting you. They're even guiding you to a point, because you notice how the Ace of Pentacles has a guiding light in it. But for the most part, they are there with you through this. Whatever it happens to be, they are there comforting you. They're by your side. They're in your sidecar, basically. They're riding with you. They're letting you do the forward momentum. They're letting you decide where to go or how to do it or where to go next. But they are there with you, and that they are supporting you, and that they're shining their light on you, and they're helping you. Okay? So that's the big message that's coming through, along with how much they love you and care about you. Like I said, I feel like family is extremely important to this group. I feel like, you guys care a lot about your family. You care a lot about what your family thinks. You care a lot about supporting your family. You care a lot about what happens in your family. Family is very, very, very important to you. That was the first message I got. And then the second message is that's probably been true for a lot of you guys. That's why your ancestors do have a message for you and are paying attention to you and so forth, because family, you guys have a lot of strong family bonds, okay, throughout your family. And so know that they are here with you, and they do protect you. They do care for you. They do help be there with you to help with these things. They're supporting you. That's the word I get, support. Okay? I do see some other cool things here, though. With the Six of Pentacles, well, once again, it's a family support thing. I just keep getting them shining down on you, them supporting you. They're, yeah, that's just the message I keep getting over and over again, is just how much they're supporting you. Which I guess is a good message to know, that you have their support, and that they're helping you from that point of view. I get the feeling they're a little bit more hands-off than some, though. In some readings, I get the idea that they will help guide you. They will help direct you in the right direction. And that kind of thing. And not saying that they won't do it. If you ask, I'm sure they would help you. But what I'm kind of getting here with these guys is they see what you're going through, and they want to be there to support you, but they don't want to live your life for you. And they don't want to tell you every turn and every direction and everything to make. They want you to make that decision, and then they will be with you for the ride. Okay? So that's kind of the energy I'm getting here. But I'm not saying they're not willing to help or that they're not willing to help go, hey, nudge you one way or another if they think one way or another would help in your path. Okay, so they might be willing to nudge you a little bit. They might be willing to kind of backseat drive slightly. But for the most part, they want you to make your own decisions and they want you to go your own way. And they do see that you are at the point of wanting to get away from something or move on or get past something. Like I said, a word escape still comes to mind at times. So those kinds of energies, and they see that, they know that, and they're there with you. Okay? And so that's kind of the energies I'm getting from the cards here. Not much else is coming from those, so we're going to go ahead and go on to our charms to see if there's any other things that the ancestors would like to tell you. But this was very straightforward, very clear, very focused, and so I'm just going to leave it at that. No point in putting an extra point on something that doesn't need it. All right, so let's go ahead and go on to your charms. Okay. Well, we have dream, which I really like. We have family. That is so cool. I'm not sure that charm has come up in the last 100 readings. I'm just not sure I've seen it. So it's so interesting. It came up in this reading since I said how focused your family is or how close your family is or how much your family means to you. So I really find that really cool. Wow. Okay. We do have the tennis racket, which once again, it's that partnership. It's that we're there with you. You're not alone. You can't play tennis by yourself, and you're not going through life by yourself. So that's kind of what I get going on there. We also have the two swans here, like the mother-baby type of energy. So once again, but it's interesting because we have another swan over here. So that is so cool. I didn't even know I had a single swan like that. Okay. Because what I see, you notice how they form a heart together too as well. Once again, I see this as, okay, you've got your family and how close you are and how much love you have. But then you have the other swan over here off to the side, working alongside them and being with them. And I kind of see that as representing your ancestors and you and your family here now. So that's kind of the representation I kind of get from that. That's just really cool. I really like that. We have the butterfly transformation. You did have a 5 in here, the 5 of swords, which is showing transformation, but it also had hummingbirds and other things around it, which also are kind of showing some transformational energy to a certain degree. I do feel like you are going through a change. You are going, like I said, you're craving a change. You're craving getting out of a certain situation or moving on from a certain type of thing. I think if you see butterflies, places or symbols, that it's your ancestors saying, hey, I'm here. Don't forget, we're with you. Okay? I think that's kind of a symbol for you guys. I think it's something. Rainbows have become a really big symbol in my life for various reasons, and I've been seeing lots of them over the last year or so, which has been very strange because before that I hardly ever saw rainbows. I hardly ever saw them on clothing. I hardly ever saw them in real life. We're talking, I'd only seen maybe 3 real rainbows in my whole life. Now I've seen, 3 in the last month. It's been amazing. It's been just really weird. So sometimes when a certain symbol shows up as important in your life and you start seeing it a lot, it can just really help affirm things in your life. It can really help do whatever. So I really feel like for you guys, the butterfly is going to be a symbol for you. It's going to be a symbol of your family and your ancestors and the closeness and how they're looking out for you and also how beautiful your life can be. You do have the Sun card here, and I do feel like you guys can have a lot of sun in your life and peace. You can get there. I see that with the Sun card and the butterfly both. So just know that you can get there. You also have the grapes, which is kind of the abundance kind of symbol. You have the balloons, which is that carefree, letting go kind of energy. It's interesting here how we have an A and a P. These could be initials. These could be beginnings of words for you. They could have other symbols or other meanings. What I think of when I thought of AP, I thought of like, I'm not even sure it's the right initials, but I thought of like the upper level classes that you get like in high school and stuff, like the ones that help you get college credit or do other things. That's kind of what I thought of there. So I kind of see this as maybe a graduation time for you guys or a higher learning time, which it kind of goes along with this energy of moving on. The Eight of Wands has that energy of, okay, I've completed it, I've stacked everything up, and I'm now ready to go on a new journey. I'm ready to go on and see the new, what's new and what else is available out there for me. So that's kind of the energy I kind of got from that. So we're going to pop that on out there. We do have the Friends Forever with the heart. So family isn't just genetic family, by the way. I think some people think of family that way. They think of, oh, well, it's the people I was born to and, I'm blood related to or whatever. But family can be whoever you choose to be part of your family. Okay, so if you have really close friends or really other people that you pull into your group that are family to you or mean as much to you as any family would, then they are family as well. Okay, and don't forget that because, I think you guys have some people like that in your life as well. So rely on them and depend on them just as much as your other family. We do have the dog bone. And that can have lots of several different meanings to it depending on the reading. In this case, I see that as strength because the bones are kind of strong. Dogs can chew on for a very long time and there's still lots of bone left. They have to go bury it because, the bone's still lasting. Bones last a really long time. So whenever I think of dog bones, I think of strength. I also think of burying hidden things or getting rid of the old because, dogs will bury their old bones. They sometimes dig them back up if, they want to get back to them, but sometimes leaving the bone where it is maybe the better choice. So I'm going to throw those messages out there and let you guys do with them what you will. We do have the key here, and it's interesting because this particular key has what looks like the beginning of an orange to me, like if you open up an orange, and the different slices that might go in there. And oranges are, once again, a sun thing. You think of sunny climates because that's where oranges grow. Also, the color orange is kind of a sunny color as well. And it's interesting, you guys picked the orange dinosaur, so interesting. Orange might be another symbol for you guys, or the sun, or symbols like that. So keep that in mind, because I think that might be true. But also with the key here, whenever keys show up in a reading, to me that always shows that you have the key. Because it's right here. You have it. It's in your reading. It's in the palm of your hand. You can utilize it. You can do something with it. And you can go forward. And so I think you guys have the key to your sunshine happiness. Okay? So that's kind of what I got out of that particular key. All right, let's go ahead and do your oracle spheres. Also, the snake to me represents knowledge. I think you guys have a lot of knowledge. I think you guys have learned a lot. I think you guys know a lot. I think you guys have the knowledge it takes to make the decision that you need to make and go forward and move on. All right, let's look at these. Now, if you're not familiar with how this works, basically there are 4 different stands here. There's green, gold, silver, and bronze. And you think of a yes or no type of question that you'd like to get an answer to. And then you pick which stand you'd like your answer to appear on, and then we get our answers. Answers are things like yes, no, maybe, probable, not likely, things like that, those types of answers. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and get our answers. Other people have utilized these in other ways as well. They found other ways to utilize these. And if you find a good creative way to do that you like, go ahead and do so. That's great. But how they originally were used and intended is that you get an answer on your stand. Okay, so we've got the first one here for the green stand, and that is a yes. Big old fat yes. All right, number 2, gold is a very likely. Number 3, gray is a probable. And then number 4, bronze is a no. Wow, we almost had all very similar type of answers like we did in group 2. Okay, so green is yes, gold is very likely, gray is probable, and bronze is no. So there are Oracle Sphere answers for this week's reading. Guys, I hope there were some messages here that you could do something with and that you appreciated. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up. Share a link to the channel with your friends and family. Leave us comments in the comment section. I love reading those. I love hearing about you guys' lives, what you thought of the readings, what's going on with you guys. All that's really important to me. I do try to respond to all of them when I can. So yeah, please do that. I really, really appreciate that. Also, check out our other videos. We do put out videos every week. We also have lots of other videos on the channel that are timeless and are on lots of different topics, so you can check out those as well. Okay, guys, we look forward to seeing you again in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.